Hello friends, welcome back to the Saving Made Simple channel. My name is Bella. I am a 31-year-old cash budgeter from Ontario, Canada. Today I am going to be working out the budget for my 2024 income tax return, which I got the numbers for yesterday. So the total I'm getting back is $6,309.98, which of course I will be rounding up to $6,310. So let's start by writing that. I'll try to write it big enough for you guys to see. I find it hard to write big. 2024, and the amount I'll be getting is 6310. All right, so before I go any further, I'm going to make this little legend up here. If you follow my budgeting stuff at all, you know I kind of like to divide my my budget by online expenses and cash expenses. So I'm going to make anything that's online yellow, and I'm going to make anything that's cash green. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pay back my mom. So the quick little SparkNotes version of what that means. So I get paid this upcoming Thursday, but because I'm going on this trip with my son to his hockey tournament, I discussed it with her, and she said that it's okay if I wait until I get my income taxes to pay rent. So that's $150. And then for the second $150, because I'm going to be doing $300. So for the second $150, because we went to H&R Block, so if you guys were here last year, you'll know that I was paying like $190 or something like that to get my taxes done last year, and we were waiting for weeks. It's a family friend that used to do our taxes, and because she works out of home, she kind of does things at her leisure, which, you know, whatever. But we kind of just realized how long we were waiting, and we figured like maybe if we go to, okay, sorry. Could you not have jumped off the other side? Get down. Anyway, we realized that, you know, when we went to her, we were paying more and waiting longer. So not only were we waiting for the processing of our taxes, like from being sent by her to being sent to us, but also we were driving an hour each way just to go and drop stuff off or sign stuff. But then she would also take like 2, 3, once or twice, 4 weeks to finish doing our taxes. And so we went to H&R Block because last year people were like, it's crazy that you're going through that. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take their advice, or I'm going to take all of your guys' advice. So we went to the H&R Block, and we dropped our stuff off on Friday at 5 p.m. And on Saturday at 2:30, they called us and everything was done and ready to go. And I was like, there's no way it was done that fast. So it did cost $150, and they grouped our, like, mom's and mine expenses together because we have the same last name. So they, for some reason, thought it was going to be on one bill. And since they'd already done it, we didn't want to make it difficult. So we just said, mom just said, I'll pay for it, and then you can pay me back. So $300 is going to mom. So, and that's going to be sent online through e-transfer. All right. Long story. Okay, so we'll put over here how much that leaves us with. So that leaves us with 6010. All right, so the next, we're going to do car payment. This is actually, you know, we're going to come back to this. So I put up something this morning because I've already kind of done this budget, like as my dummy budget, which is just like my rough draft kind of. And then I was like thinking about it, and I was like, wait a minute. I think I could make a different decision here than, so originally I was going to put $500 toward my car payment because I want to pay it off as fast as I can, because once my car is paid off, that's almost $500 a month that I have accessible to go toward other things. Plus, once my car is paid off, I don't have to have every single little teeny tiny thing covered with my insurance, and my insurance will go down a little bit. So I was going to put $500 toward my car payment. But I was also thinking about putting $500 toward my emergency fund. So if anyone doesn't know, I currently have $1,500 in a high yield tax-free savings account for my emergency fund, but I also have some money in my high yield bank account, just like it's accessible to me. It's just put aside. And I think in total I've got like, I think it was 1,800 in there right now. I don't have, maybe I do. Let me look. So for my emergency fund right now, I have 1,500 in the bank, and then or in the high yield tax-free savings account, and then I have $200 in my bank account, as well as $65 here as well. So I thought about putting, like I usually do, I was gonna put $500 toward my emergency fund, but then I got thinking, like, would it be more beneficial for me to spend that extra $500 on, this back, spend that extra $500 on my car payment rather than putting more money into my emergency fund? It's not like I don't have an emergency fund right now, and once my car is paid off, it's going to free up so much money. So I did put up a poll on my YouTube this morning. When I looked before I just turned the camera on here, it was split right down the middle of put $1,000 towards emergency, put $1,000 between like into car. I really think that because I am still paying, like saving up for my emergency fund, I have savings challenges that go towards it. I think I'm going to put the whole $1,000 toward my car right now. That's what I think I'm going to do, just because I really want to pay that off. The faster I pay it off, the faster I don't have to think, or the sooner I don't have to think about it anymore. So that's what I'm going to do. And that puts me down to 5,010. And don't get me wrong, that is the decision I'm making right now. Even when I turned on the camera, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. And I think that's just what I'm going to do. And there is still time for me to change my mind. The money's not here. It probably won't be here this week or next week. It'll probably be here like the end of March. So we'll deal with that when we get to it. But I think that's what I'm going to do. But again, that's tentative to change. Okay. The next thing, so on April 16th, my CAA comes out, which is like AAA for the Americans, Canadian Automotive Assistance. It's like roadside assistance. And it has, if you don't have CAA or AAA, it has proven itself worthy, like over and over and over. I've had to use CAA to come change a tire because my tire went flat in my driveway. I've had to have them come and boost my mom's battery. I've had to have them boost my own battery. I've had to actually be taken to the mechanic because my car wouldn't start. And the amount of a tow, like anywhere, I'm paying more. I would be paying more for one tow than I pay for CAA for a full year. And CAA includes, like, you can get different plans, but mine includes like 4 service calls of up to 100 kilometers and then 1 service call of 300 kilometers. So if I was, for instance, in Toronto when my car died, I could actually get my car towed for free back to my hometown. So I think it's worth it. So that's going to come out on April 16th. So I'm going to put that amount. So it was 164 last year. So I think I'm going to budget 180 this year, just because that way, in case it goes up, I'll be prepared. And if it doesn't, it's just a little extra money that's going to be on my credit card. Speaking of credit card, last year I made it this big thing where I was telling you guys, I am so prepared to pay off my credit card because I'm in this really good position where I don't think I'm going to be spending anything on my credit card. It's going to be a great time. And, well, spoiler alert, apparently I lied. Sorry. 5010 minus 180. 4830. Apparently I lied because in the summer I broke a toe, and it ended up being I ended up using my credit card a lot. I fell really far behind again. So I'm going to try it again. I'm going to send $2,500 to my credit card. My limit is $3,000. I've got about a $500 balance on it right now, or what's left on it right now. So I want to pay it back up to normal. No, I'm lying. I got $200 on it right now because I'm going to put this and this. Anyway, so hopefully I can do better this year. That's the major hope, because I don't want to be paying the interest rates anymore. I'm so tired of the interest rates. So hopefully it'll make a huge difference when I pay it off. All right. I guess we're going to move on now to gifts. So last year I gave my sister a $100 gift card for groceries, and then I paid off $300 toward my mom's mechanic bill. And I'm wanting to give them each something again. So I'm going to buy my sister, so it's $200 that I'm going to be spending. I'm going to buy my sister a $100 gift card again for groceries. And then I asked my mom what she wanted, and she said she would be happy with some new wipers on her car. So I'm going to buy myself some too. So I'm going to budget $100 for that, which brings us to $200, and I'll take that out in cash. There we go. And then speaking of car, my car is having problems again. Of course, I'm getting ready to go away on a trip, so of course my car is going to have problems. So it's making a really loud sound, and it kind of sounds like a 4-cylinder, like if you ever go to the races. But it's not, I don't think it's my exhaust, because it's not just when I accelerate that you hear it. It's literally all the time. It's just the engine running. So my concern is that it's the catalytic converter. I don't know cars. That's just my best guess, but I'm hoping that's not the case. However, I'm going to be putting money aside for car maintenance. And I'm going to put $750 aside, because I do have some money still put aside for, let's see what I have in here. For car maintenance, I currently have, I keep cash because they take off taxes when I pay with cash. So 51, 50, 70, 92, 10, 20, 5, 30. So I have $230 already. So I'm going to put $750 aside, and hopefully it won't cost anywhere near that, and I'll have some money left for my next oil change and whatnot. But for now, that's what I'm going to do, and hopefully I do have a mechanic appointment, not tomorrow, but the next day, and hopefully I get some good news. So we're going to take off the $200 for gifts, which is 2130, and then I don't know what 2130 minus 750 is. 1380. 1380. That's what we got left. Okay, so next I'm going to go and get myself some gift cards. So last year I bought myself a $100 grocery card and a $100 gas card. And I ended up holding on to those again until I broke my toe and had to spend them. And I'm going to do the same thing again, because when things got hard, it was so nice to have this backup. So that's going to be 200, which will then put us at 1180. So that will be coming out in cash. All right, what's next? So my son, I asked my son what he wanted to do this year. So 2 years ago, I redid his bedroom, painted his walls, got him a brand new bed, put up a new dresser, built him a bigger fish tank, the whole thing. And so this year I said, what do you want? Oh, and last year I bought him a bike. So this year I was like, so what do you want this year? And he said first he wanted to upgrade his fish tank from a 10-gallon to a 20. And I was like, okay, well, we'll look into that. And then I was actually on like Facebook Marketplace and I found one for $75. So I just kind of bought it for him. I used my personal money plus my gifts money and bought that for him. I'm going to set it up today. And then I was like, okay, well, that's already done. So what should I do next? He said he wanted to go to a monster truck rally. So I was like, okay, we'll look into that. So I was looking and looking. The only one I found was in April, and it is on a weekend that he's supposed to be with his dad, and I don't take weekends from his dad. So I was like, okay, well, we're not going to do that. So I said, what else can we do? And he said, we went horseback riding a couple years ago and I really loved that. Can we do that again? So that was $160 each. And I enjoyed it too. I thought it was a great time. And so if that's what he wants to do, that's what we'll do. But I do think there's a chance of him changing his mind again. So I'm just going to write it down as fun, and I'm going to put $300 aside for it. If that's what we end up doing is going horseback riding, then I have some time to save up that little extra if I need to. But if that's what he wants to do, then we're going to do that. So I'm probably going to put that, I'll probably pull it out in cash so that I can budget it. And then I'll probably end up putting it in my high yield savings account. So I'll put that down for cash for now. And then we'll see what happens with it. So 11,1180 minus 3. I don't think that was right. 1180 minus 300. So we're down to 880 remaining. Okay, so speaking of fun, pool pass. I told my son I would buy him a pool pass this year. Instead of paying $5 every time he wants to go, he can just take this laminated piece of paper and get in for free. It's $110, but I'm just going to put it down as $100. So that puts us down to $780, and that will be an online thing. So I'll put that in yellow. There we go. And yeah, so hopefully he gets a better use out of that. He's 10 now, so he shouldn't need me to be in the pool with him all the time. And then I'm going to take my American Eskimo, my pretty puppy, to get groomed. Because we go like every 3 to 4 months. She last went in on November 30th, and she got a Christmas makeover, which was really cute. They sent her home smelling like a candy cane, or like a cinnamon heart, I guess, which was interesting. But now like the snow's starting to melt and the sun is coming out and her skin is getting dry and itchy, so she's rolling around a lot on the carpet. So she's starting to get a little tatty. Nowhere near Maddie, but she's definitely starting to get a little tatty, and she needs her nails trimmed too. So we're gonna take her to the groomer, and it's $100 for that, which puts us at $680. And that will be a cash expense, because some services cost less if you use cash, and groomer and mechanic for me are those. What's next? Me. So I'm going to put $300 aside for me because, well, I got to thinking, you know, I'm the one that worked hard all year, and it's me that gets the income tax, and so I should put a little something for me. So I'm going to write it down as personal. But what I want to do with it is I want to get myself some new clothes. I don't buy myself clothes. I don't get clothes like at all. Almost everything I have is old. I've got shirts with holes in them. I've got pants with holes in them. I only own one pair of jeans. It's pretty much if I do need something, I'll buy that one thing I need. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to put $300 aside for me so that I can get some clothes, which, you know, I'm not going to let myself feel guilty about. But if I don't end up buying clothes, at least I'll have money for me. So I'll take that out in cash as well. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else is like that. I just feel like clothes, they're just so expensive. Yes, they're obviously necessary, but like they're so expensive, and you know, I'm not really growing out of anything these days. Whereas my son, is going through clothes like crazy because he's constantly growing. Whereas me, like I have some shifts in my weight, you know, something that fit me this month may not fit me next month, but then in 2 months it might fit me again. But like, as far as like sizing, I don't really grow out of anything right now. And so I don't really buy myself anything because I'm like, well, it's not that I don't have stuff, it's just that I want something new. So yeah, I'm gonna, you know, I'll just go and have a look, and at least I'll have some money in my pocket to do so. So I'm budgeting $300 for me. Yeah, I think that's it for like the stuff I wanted to include in this. So that leaves me with 380, which I guess I'll put towards savings challenges, which means that they'll be going toward future expenses. So if I've got 380 left, let's do large challenges and mini for Mini Mondays. So if we do, if we split it in half, that's what, 190. That's such a weird number. Okay, let's do 200 for large, and then that leaves 180 for minis. So that would be 180 left, and this would be 0 left. All right, so that will be coming out in cash. All right, so let's add all this together to see. Oh, first of all, let's do a quick summary down here. So for gift cards, I'm going to be taking out 2 $100 grocery cards, and I'm going to be taking out 1 $100 gas card. So I'll keep that in mind. And then how much will I be taking out in cash? Where's my calculator at? All right, so in cash, we got 1,200, 750, 200, 300, 100, 300, and 380. So 3,230. So when that money comes in, I will be taking out $3,230. I will be making these payments right away. So I will be cash stuffing with you guys $3,230. So when that money makes it to my account, it could be a week, it could be 2 weeks. I will come back and I will, you know, do that with you guys. However, join me on Wednesday, this upcoming Wednesday, for my budget breakdown. And then Thursday, I will be doing a cash stuffing. And Friday, I will be on the road. So this upcoming week, I do have all of my savings challenge packs. So if you like mini challenges, I've got my mini packs. You can buy them as mini for 5 challenges, a mini, which is 10 challenges, or a super mini, which is 15 challenges, all trimmed and laminated and ready to go, sent to you and all set to go. I've also got the same kind of deal for savings games and challenges. So if you guys are the roll a dice type or a board game type, I do have challenge packs for those. Same, I have them for the scratch and save challenges, but then I do have the all-inclusive challenges as well, which comes with a mixture of minis, scratch and saves, and savings challenges. So those will be on sale for 40% off this week only, from Monday to Friday. And then my shop will be put in holiday mode for the weekend because I will be out of town. So if you guys want those, the code is PACK, or I guess PACK, PACK 40. And that starts Monday. So get them while you can. There's pretty limited amounts available. But of course, if you guys need more or want more, I'll add more. I'll say they're limited, but if you guys want more, there'll be more available. So yeah, again, join me on Wednesday, join me on Friday. Sorry, join me on Wednesday, join me on Thursday. And then I'll probably be back next week to stuff some cash for this. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys on Wednesday. Take care.